It is November 18th and it is a beautiful morning. I came with a dentist appointment and did some groceries, and now I sit here because I don't want to miss this moment. It is a beautiful autumn morning. So beautiful, so quiet, and well, tomorrow is the eclipse, and it's a time for darkness, and it's a time to be surrounded in the light, but beyond the light of the sun is even the most important light, the light that lights the sun, and to be surrounded by the light or inspired by that light is much more effective than to be dependent solidly on the sun. And since the sun is gonna be hidden for a while, that light that is behind the shining of the sun is our supply. It doesn't matter that the sun supply is cut for a little while. Anyway, that we need our sustaining from that light, invisible light that comes beyond the sun. So that is the only thing that can revive our souls for real, because the light of the sun is illusory, but the real light is behind the light of the sun. And well, I have things to share. They are very complicated, very complex, and I don't think I could talk about those things in this moment when darkness is approaching, because I don't want to bring more darkness to this realm. Is precisely what I need to avoid, and that's why those things can come into my field to in some way be like a shield around earth, can I say. And it is not pretentious, because what is on the way to earth is something very dark, something very dark, and it is something that it has been spoken of from many ages ago. And if we can avoid that darkness to take over with our work, though it will be, we will have more chance to try to open the cooking pressure in a way where all that pressure comes smoothly, instead of coming all at once. I remember many years ago, I was a real baby. I remember that I spoke things that I couldn't, in my wildest dream, comprehend. And today I have been reminded of one of those things that I heard. And it was that the same that people have said before and on the current times, that is with as human kind don't deal with what is hidden. It's gonna be dealt with anyway, but in a very harsh way. If we don't do it on time, it's gonna be when the deadline is over. We're gonna have to deal with that darkness in a very harsh way, and that is what I wanted to speak. That is not that is negative, it's not that is positive, it's just that is harsh. It's harsh. And well, I don't want to speak more because I am dealing with things that I don't want to speak about, and it's beyond the personal. And not even I don't want to give place to those things in my life. Not to share about them, even if I don't share, I know I have to know about those things. But even if I don't want to know about those things, because I know that darkness can destroy whatever it gets in contact with. So I have to really keep myself in a neutral place, because that is the only shelter. And that's why I want to say that revenge is not the way. It is. Why do they say bless your enemies, if any? Let's say the opposite side, because it doesn't matter if you are good or you are evil. Both sides are duality, and both sides depends from the other, and feeds from the other to exist, and to keep the chains around our necks. So I mean, I have gotten a lot of shit, and it's always my fault. And I will say, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Nobody wants to take a responsibility for their part. Though I take responsibility for my own part, it is like I had to carry the whole heavy burden from both sides. And I felt like it is kind of unfair, because my burden have been lifted. But why the others don't want to deal with their shit, and they only blame it all of the time on me? And I feel like, well, I could react in a way like with anger, with it is unfair, and I want to break those chains. And that is when the dangers come, because there is no benefit in revenge. There is no benefit in revenge. There is no benefit in revenge. So we will tolerate abuse. How are we gonna manage injustice? We will hit harder. We will be there to be used as a boxing pair that everybody's gonna get validation and confirmation and feed from ourselves, and enhance and enable their superiority complex, while we are used like a punching bag, feeding off the inferiority complex. I feel like, wow, I wish I could stand more. But what I say is, the forces that are around Earth that are waiting for those feelings of anger and revenge get developed are things, as I have written in some of the playlists I have published in this site. It is evil that we have never seen. We have never experienced that kind of evil. And well, I know there have been a lot of talk about healing, and the thing that why do I am so hard when I talk about those people that are coached, because if the healing and the coaching is in the superficial, it's only superficial. If in the superficial level, it won't hinder, avoid, or get us into a shelter, because unity of purpose in a separated state is still division. You can have good intentions and be holding hands and be professing unity, but if you are divided in one side and you unite in that side, saying that now it is the whole, what you are divided in good or divided in evil, it won't hinder for those harm that are waiting to consume and devour everything. So I am not speaking about consuming only our ego. It won't allow for the real soul of us unite with the higher soul. We won't have the clarity to do it if we don't do it in those times of supposedly peace or ease. Well, we have to work from a different place that from what we have been working now. I don't think that all those coaching channels indoctrinating and making people do the inner work in a mechanical way is gonna take us anywhere, or will protect us from all the harm that is about to come against whole humanity. Well, we talk later. Goodbye.